Good morning, Bridge Nation. This is Up and Go. My name is Richie B.
Blessings, Bridge Nation. You know this is your boy Shelz.
Yeah, blessings. DJ all days in the building.
All right, we're here to take care of you until 10 o'clock this morning. Morning, Richie. Welcome back, sir. And Jody's somewhere in the building, I suspect.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Over there. We give thanks.
Yeah, go. Yeah, man. God is good all the time.
Yes, sir.
Big respects to all of the family out there and families, frankly speaking, who fit us into their morning schedule and routine.
Yep.
They make sure they wake up with us early and they stay with us until late.
Yeah,
much later than even 10 o'clock when we sign off.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, remind me to tell you guys about, I went to the barber shop yesterday.
There were some conversations about the bridge.
What?
Nice.
I tell you, so I have some people for you to big up. Downtown Kingston, big up.
know.
It's all bridge.
I have a plan to go to the barber shop myself. But I'm tired of people, the barbers laughing at me like, what are you cutting, Rich? There's nothing on your head.
Hey, I saw
Virgin, just want to earn the money and cool them on.
Yeah, it's a pet peeve of mine, that look. My ear bush up on me when I say I'm like Richie, I go in and chair. I say, no, tree oil.
No, it is said that it's easy to fit me in because it doesn't take that long when you have no hair on your darn head. Big ups to the barbers out there and the hairdressers and those in the hairdressing parlors, the massage parlors, wherever you work in that industry. We say big ups to you. 27 now past 6 o'clock, Shellz. We have enough time just to go through our WTF feature, which is rather short this morning.
That's right.
You take this one.
Yes, so sea otters hold hands while sleeping. Yes, of all you cuddlers out there, you guys aren't alone apparently. Sea otters spend most of their time in the water. They eat, sleep, hunt, mate, and give birth in water. To prevent themselves from floating away in the swirling sea while they sleep, sea otters often entangle themselves in forests of kelp, or giant seaweed to provide anchorage. So this is also why they find a reason to hold hands. They do so in order to prevent themselves from drifting away from the group. Smart.
So they go through, they sleep right through like that?
Yeah.
Because, I do a little cuddling myself, but...
Easy.
Then I fall asleep.
Yeah. And then I feel those arms...
Whatever's happening while I slept, I don't know.
No.
Sea otters hold on right till them wake up.
I mean, if it's necessary for survival, you better hold on.
Okay, man, oh man. I want to be a sea otter in my next life. If for no other reason.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's a fact, though, in all seriousness. And it's the kind of stuff that we share with you at 6:25 each weekday morning. That was...
What the fact?
Yeah, we call it WTF. So it's time for update. Some of the stories that are out there in the space. We have the very latest on it that we'll share with you right now. Jody has the first story.
All right, so good morning, Bridge Nation. Richie know for pronounce the name better than me. So Sean Paul and
Dua Lipa.
Yes, that pretty girl right there. No Lie surpasses 1 billion.
Did you say billion?
Billion. Views on YouTube. Now, Sean Paul, if that not great, me don't know what is.
Wow.
A billion.
Easy.
Sean Paul scores his 3rd billion. Let's get that again. His 3rd billion view song on YouTube with the No Lie singer. So Sean Paul remains among a handful of dancehall artists with videos that surpassed 1 billion views on YouTube, making him one of the most commercially successful Jamaican artists of all time. After hitting the milestone with Rockabye with Clean Bandit and Cheap Thrills with Sia, the dancehall legend has again hit 1 billion views with No Lie 5 years after releasing the song. Right, so that's a big deal, and that was we found that out yesterday. Right, so 5 years after it's 1 billion views, I think that is just incredible. He's among Rihanna, Beyonce, Sia, Keisha Cole hitting those massive milestone on YouTube. With
I would be surprised if in another couple of months from now Dynamite also gets there.
Why not? That's amazing,
big one
and that's
too.
consistent too. So that's a good look, man.
Congrats, Sean.
Yeah,
man, it's a good look. Well, Well, I don't know if you guys been seeing what's happening with my, I'm a full celebrity friend already. But this guy's actually my uncle, the great Johnny Depp. Yeah, the great Johnny Depp, man. For those who know him for his roles in like Pirates of the Caribbean, Edward Scissorhands, and so many other people who say weird movies, but very entertaining at the same time. Well, he was in a very entertaining series of events recently, and yesterday was day 2 of his trial against his ex-wife Amber Heard. And first of all, he ended up in this predicament because his ex-wife, alleged that he was abusing her, which led Johnny to be in a lot of problems, not just in terms of his career, but just his personal space and his mental health. Now, a lot of fans have been wondering, why isn't Johnny speaking up? Why isn't he allowing this, abuse on his end, to continue? Well, yesterday was day 2 of his trial, and he finally took the stand, and a lot of persons were some shocked. I mean, JoJo wasn't shocked, but I was quite shocked to hear what Johnny had to say. A lot of stuff came up. Johnny, while, he said, look, he was trying to make his marriage work, but he just wasn't, his wife was just, ex-wife at this time, was just going at it. While continuing his witness testimony in Fairfax, Virginia, on Wednesday morning, Johnny Depp said that his ex-wife would strike out at him in her frustration and in her rage. It could begin with a slap, and it could begin with a shove, and it could begin with throwing a TV remote at my head.
Missiles,
He said that her behavior became constant during their arguments.
You watched him while he was giving the testimony.
Listen,
what were your thoughts? Because I'm looking at it and I'm saying, is he acting?
That's not acting.
This is the problem I have when celebrities, like actors, especially take the stand. Because I want to believe them, and I believe Johnny. Don't get me wrong, but there's something when he's speaking, I was like, yeah, watch that show. I already
No, seriously. I watched about 40 seconds of it, and it felt like I was watching a movie.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying.
But because these are celebrities, but then their real life is in the public, so it's like you can't really make the difference because you see them all the time acting.
Exactly.
But the truth is, and it's so sad
he was in a
that
very somber mood.
Yes,
for sure.
She really did abuse him, and they show videos of his body language.
Well, first of all, let's remember he's also under oath, so let's not think that he wouldn't disrespect that first and foremost. But he alleges that Amber or one of her friends did a number 2 in his bed.
Yes.
On her 30th birthday.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so that's another form of abuse.
And it's more than one time he has said that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, he also went on to say he's never struck Amber or any woman in his life. And he also alleged that Amber severed his finger in 2015, describing that, she threw one of the projectiles she threw at him, caused some serious damage to his finger. Yeah. And he also released voice notes of Amber admitting to abusing. It was a big day too in that trial. So
we can see that men too get abused.
We have bad girls here. Sissy calls herself that, but she doesn't do that kind of stuff. This is a real life.
Exactly.
Mad girl. There's a difference.
Which is worse?
That's worse.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, where is it at now? They're going to be determining. Who's guilty. Verdict will be arrived at, no doubt, sometime soon. All right. Let's see what goes. We have one other story that we wanted to share with you. It went viral yesterday as, in fact, after seemingly having a good time in Barbados, his original place of birth, along with his queen, Rihanna. Well, it turns out that A$AP Rocky was arrested as he got back to Los Angeles at the Los Angeles International Airport, touching down on his private jet. He was returning home from Barbados, where he was enjoying vacation time with his pregnant girlfriend, Rihanna. And according to early reports, the arrest was made in connection with a November 2021 shooting in Los Angeles that resulted in one injury. But there is still a great deal of information that is not clear about this case. However, the LAPD have put out a statement, and they basically speak to the incident. And apparently it was kind of hush-hush back in the day when it happened, but it has come to light. And so the LAPD put out a statement saying 33-year-old Rakim Mayers, a Los Angeles resident, also known as music artist A$AP Rocky, had been arrested in connection with a shooting that occurred in November of 2021. And like I said, the incident was not immediately reported and not known in the media. We understand Rocky and some friends had an argument, really, that escalated and resulted in the suspect, meaning Rocky, firing a handgun at the victim. And the victim sustained a minor injury from the incident and later sought medical treatment. Following the shooting, the suspect and 2 additional males fled the area on foot. Detectives worked diligently to investigate and corroborate the reporting information, which helped them to identify ASAP Rocky in this incident. So he has gotten bail. I think it was set at $550,000, and it was no problem putting up that bail bond. We're not sure of the source of that yet, but he's in a spot of bother, and will have his day in court. It just seems like some of the things are happening shortly. Right? So close to Rihanna giving birth. The big rumor last weekend, and now this. You know, we hope that it doesn't affect her in any way.
Is it?
You know?
I know me.
Richie,
you think haters are the source of this?
Richie Shellz.
No, man. No, man.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that. Shellz will work something.
The rumor one read maybe.
Hey, him take it literal. That's the problem.
No, I'm not gonna fight up. Remember, say Rocky, I'm a cousin.
Yeah, too
much family. Yeah, man.
That's not your problem.
Yo, you are Musky, friend.
Musky, Johnny, Rocky. It's all good.
And there are many more.
Exactly. You are Rocky now, agree.
All right, 20 minutes now before the hour of 7 o'clock. That was Update. I saw a lot of Rastafarian brethren putting a post yesterday on 420, and at least 2 of the streaming portals that we checked, we saw where some of them were talking about their early experiences with the weed. One of the artists that we actually played earlier was talking about how they asked the question, what's the most that you've ever smoked in a day? He said 32 spliffs.
Oh, wow.
32.
Now that.
Yeah.
Like an overdose.
He said. he says he was knocked out for an entire day following that.
Of course.
Before he spoke, he said, "Mommy, I hope you're not watching."
Wow. Disclaimer.
Yeah. Another person spoke about how he just kept laughing and laughing. He went into the middle of Ligony, and his friend was saying, "Listen, it's getting embarrassing the way you're laughing here, bro."
Yeah.
But it was interesting to hear the experiences of many.
You know what's bad? Edibles. Because edibles don't hit you same time.
Oh.
Hold on. If I can.
It's a creeper.
If I can. I have a wicked story. A quick story.
Yeah, man.
I have a virgin in stomach liquor.
Okay.
Right? Not a liquor. Enough.
Okay.
And he had some edibles. And all over all we had it, And we were just there. I just realized that the man I make, because so before him say, get some of that. And then after that we just start here. Yo, this thing that tastes good. Still in the money. I want to get it from. All I will start look around and say, what on there? Are we first or are you first?
Wait. Straighten him out.
True story.
Yo.
True story. I'll never forget that either.
Yo, I slept a whole entire day because of edibles, so I'll never do it again.
Has he made it a daily habit?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think we found the cure.
Yeah.
You know what?
Stuttering went. Disappeared. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's now time for us to move on to the proverb of the day.
I'm going to be reading the proverb for you guys. Yeah. So this morning proverb says, crow does fly high, but when he come down, the ants does eat out he high. Come now. Crow does fly high, but when he come down, the ants does still eat out he high.
I see a meaning behind the fly high part.
Watch out.
No, it's not like a serious meaning, like something boy, like people on their high horse type of vibe. That's why I don't look on the paper yet.
Oh, see? All right.
Let me hear the meaning.
All right, so the meaning is, when the mighty fall on hard times, they are disrespected by all.
See?
Even if by all, but yeah.
The mighty usually feel like them way up there.
Yeah.
Them high.
Yeah.
But when them fall on hard times, they are usually disrespected by all. In other words, people are dig out them yai.
There it is.
This is so true, though.
We're not promoting it literally.
Yeah,
no, please. We're not promoting violence here.
It is a proverb.
It is just a proverb. It comes from Trinidad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I studied, I was like,
Good correction.
Yeah. So be careful to the mighties out there.
Right. Mighties, be careful yourselves.
Yeah. Humble yourself.
Humble.
Straight up.
All right. So we go into pet peeve. If you're just joining us here for the first time here on Up and Go, pet peeves are things that others do that you might find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. And we'll play our pet peeve.
So, good morning. My pet peeve is people that find the negative in every single situation. Like, every situation, no matter how good it seems, they have to pick out the one negative thing about it. Like, that gets me so annoyed, so upset. Sometimes you have accomplished something that you probably thought you never would have. And some people just put a damper on that. So I think that's my biggest pet peeve.
I get that. I felt that one.
Yeah. And I think that's something that that upsets me too. Can everything be negative? Like nothing works? Yeah. Come on, man.
That could be like when my mother put goat mouth on me before I go on the road. I hate it, isn't it, man? Yeah. It's like you put on your clothes, you're fresh, Richie. And then she'll be like, hey, me have a dream.
Hey, Shelz. You see that dream thing, the Shelz? Mash up your whole vibes in a man. You see when your mother have a dream, just take off your clothes and just go back in and
let's go back.
You got dream, may I tell you, psychologically, that thing just
mash you.
It's a big wall.
Exactly. Speaking of psychological impact, you know the TOK tune Footprints.
Yeah.
Back when that tune there run road, remember me I go a shop. And my mother said, hurry up and come back. I never gonna know, Nope. TOK.
Talk about impact.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But, back to the pet peeve.
Yes.
Truth is, life is really short.
That's
true. And I'd suggest today, give somebody a compliment, man. Come on.
Please,
Yeah, don't be so mean with their compliments.
Yeah.
And find some good in people and compliment that good. All right?
Find some good in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, man. True.
Right now, what's on the agenda is for us to have a conversation with, I suspect, two individuals who are well known. Of course, we're going to be talking about jazz. Jazz and art, rhythm and rhymes and stories, they all come together for International Jazz Day. And it's going to be at the Edna Manley School of the Arts. The Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, EMCVPA, will be joining in the celebrations for International Jazz Day, which comes up on April 30 this year. Let me just tell you quickly that International Jazz Day was declared by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, in 2011 to highlight jazz and its diplomatic role of really uniting people in all corners of the globe. This year's celebration, we understand, will be something to behold. And we have joining us at this time Coleen Douglas, who is Director, Marketing and Communications at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. We should also be joined by Blakka Ellis, Owen Blakka Ellis, who is also here with us, and he's a senior lecturer at the EMCVPA.
That's right.
We say good morning to Coleen and also to Blakka. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Blessings, morning.
Greetings and blessings. Good morning, Richie B.
Yes,
I know. It's such a pleasant morning voice.
Oh, really? I've never been told that, Coleen. Not in under 5 minutes ago. It's really nice to catch up with both of you at the same time. Two of my favorite peeps. Coleen, I want to start with you. International Jazz Day, I suspect, is a biggie as far as the EMCVPA is concerned. What can you tell us about this day and its significance?
Well, you shared it just now that UNESCO declared April 30, International Jazz Day. As you know, and the important thing for us at Edna is the one and only of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean, offering a degree in performances, music performances, which includes jazz. We thought it was important to just bridge that gap in Jamaica. We are a reggae nation, but the truth is our students are really exposed to all genres, classical and the jazz. We see how much jazz has united the world. It's one of those music where everybody plays. What I love about jazz is a jam session. I'm not claiming to be a musician, but it's the fact that artists can just jam together without any kind of practice and sharing in this kind of space. So we started at Edna in about 2014. We just started having Jazz Day celebrations. We used to do it at Devon House using our faculty who teaches jazz, Orville Hammond, at the time, Ibu Cooper. Now we still have Ibu. Orville is there part-time as well, so we should be seeing them performing. Gerd Benz is also there, Ruth Brownie. And what's also special is that we were able to invite friends, whether it's friends from overseas or friends locally who can participate in it. And then students also get an opportunity to perform for an audience. The important thing for me is also that it's a coming together.
Yeah.
So whether you can play an instrument, whether you appreciate the music itself, there's always going to be something for Jazz Day. So Richie, this year we kind of crunched just based on what's happening in the time. At first, we weren't sure about the COVID protocols, whether those would change. So we are back on our campus. We're doing it on the campus itself. And I thought to myself, let us include everybody. Let's bring in artisans. Let's have a Saturday market. And it really is about vibe. There's no entrance fee. We just ask patrons to come in, look at the art that Jamaicans are making, because it's not just Edna people who were showcasing their visual art. We want to support the local artisan community. So they'll be there showcasing. And in the midst of all of that market, you will have performances throughout the day, performances in music, jazz specifically. I mean, we have a special because we'll have the Steel Pan Orchestra on the lawns as well.
Yes.
And we'll also have one or two dances the Dean at School of Dance has promised me. There is on the day, we also have kind of space-specific art exhibition. So students have put exhibits all over the campus. So you're able to see their artwork. And there's also a curated exhibition by Verly Poupe's class that ones will be able to see. So it is really a day, I call it a kaleidoscope of art that will be happening.
It sounds like a lot of activities, and it sounds like a lot of fun activities as well, Coleen. Shelz and myself were just here talking. Shelz is with me on the program as a co-host. And we were looking at the name Blakka Ellis. When we hear of Blakka Ellis, we're thinking of comedy.
Of course.
But I understand that Blakka really has a role to play in the celebrations this year for Jazz Day. Blakka, are you going to make people laugh as usual?
Perhaps, I might, but that would not be the intention. The laughter might come as an aside. Sidebar. But I am also going to be hosting an event. Well, I won't be hosting, but I'm creating an event that will climax the evening. After you spend the day enjoying the visual art and vibing with the jazz and so on, the evening climaxes with rhythm, rhymes, and story time, which is a blending of some live music, some dub poetry, spoken word, and some wonderful stories. The 9 contestants in the story What's the Story Jamaica contest were finalists. In myself included, I was the winner. Marcus Bird came second, Yolanda Bramwell came third. And we'll be performing our 9 stories. So you'll be hearing a range of stories that to end the evening. So you spend the day viewing art, enjoying the vibe and the amalgamation, and then the evening climaxes with rhythm, rhymes, and story time. And that's where I come in.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. Now, Coleen, my question is, first of all, I have to big up the initiative because as a young man, jazz isn't really synonymous with my generation, sadly.
Indeed.
So it's nice for Sister or Edna do something like this because, you know, and I hope to be able to participate, you know, just even show up and just hold a vibe. So my question is, you know, how can the public, you know, be a part of this? You know, what's the public's support looking like? Is it a good look in the streets?
Well, I hope that it will be a good look. I hope that ones understand that the One Arthur Wing Drive has a special kind of vibe and energy. And when you come through the gates, you're going to get the energy of young musicians, young dancers, young actors, young visual artists. I just spoke to Andrea from Kingston Creative this morning before the sun came up. And because we want to do a participatory mural, so artists just come in, we give them this space to paint, and the patrons too can participate, because every year when we were at Devon House, we had audience while the performances were going on, you were able to paint. So the idea is that everyone is participating. International Jazz Day actually has a website, and so if you go on it, you will see all of the listings of jazz events across the world. And we always want Jamaica, especially because Edna is in the Kingston Creative City hub. We always want Jamaica to be a part of that international conversation and outlook. And so it's important that we come out. It's important that we support young artists. It's important that we also just come out because we lock up for 2 years, really. It's just come a road.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
And I promise there will not be any traffic because my Kingston municipality is just on it when it comes to making sure that traffic flows and people go where they are to go on time, in time.
Do you get a sense that the excitement that we hear coming through your voice is what is running through all of the participants, the performers and everybody?
Yeah, I mean, students love to engage audiences. Every musician. Yesterday I was talking to the Dean of Music, who is now acting VP, and he says, I never chose music for do administration, you know, I chose music for play music. So there is, in as much as Blakka is teaching, the man's a comedian, he loves the stage, that's where you shine. I think I like radio, I shine on radio, I mean, just get lively. I'm very boring and flat, as you know, Richie, outside of radio. But I think it's an opportunity for artists to be around each other. The uniqueness of Edna Space is that artists are all training together in the various art form, and this is what the day will be. Different artists are all in the same space, collaborating, connecting, and giving a vibe to everybody else who is there. So I do think the students are excited. I think the faculty excited to play again for a public audience in an open air venue where you can't even try, you don't have to wear your mask for a change. So I do think it is shared.
We're outside.
You know.
Jazz definitely has a role in uniting people.
Arthur Wing Drive.
Yeah, jazz definitely has a role in uniting people around the world, and it's really nice to know that Jamaica is taking it very seriously this year on International Jazz Day.
And I should say, Richie, with your permission, that when we say Jamaica is taking it seriously, to say that our support has come from the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports.
Fantastic.
So I think it's important that I mention that they've partnered with us to put this together in terms of supporting us, because it's always, we need money to put on shows, you know it is. So I want to big up the ministry, big up the minister who is at the head of that, who advocates for this kind of happenings in the creative city of Kingston. And just to say, coming also Bridge very international, like all of the people them over there in the diaspora. As much as we're having these free events, as much as we get excited, it is important that we support the arts consciously, that we understand that there are many talented young men and women in Jamaica who would love to go to school, who would love to come to Edna, but they can't afford it. So you can always contact the college to support. We want studios, more studio equipment, drum sets, whatever it is, for visual arts, animation, studios, computers, and so forth, for you to know that you can contact the college at amc.edu.jm. That's our website. Our telephone number is 876-619-EDNA or 876-619-3362. You can even WhatsApp Coleen at 4685409, and I answer all of the messages. And we're on all the social media platforms, IG, Facebook, Twitter, and we're very responsive.
Wonderful.
So please,
yeah, it should be good. It's going to be good. April 30th is the date. You know, my producer has given me the wrap-up signal, but I really wanted to engage Blakka a little bit more. Blakka, we were talking earlier about Johnny Depp, who is giving, was seen giving testimony in a court case in Europe, right? And he's a very famous actor. One of the things that we're looking at is, you know, watching him giving testimony and remembering all of those roles that he played in various movies. We wondered whether or not he was actually acting, even although he was in a serious situation. Do you, as an actor yourself, find it difficult being taken seriously sometimes, even when you're not trying to be funny?
Absolutely. People say at a funeral and say, Blakka, what's the serious? And I'm like, somebody died. Somebody died. But, you know, so you're constantly put in that box. People expect you to perform.
Right.
But then, as Shakespeare said, all the world are staged. And we all play roles.
Yes.
Today, you're Richie B, the broadcaster.
Right.
But to your parents, you're Richie B, the child. Perpetually.
Absolutely.
So we all play roles in life. Today, Coleen is the director of communication. Tomorrow, she's Coleen, the mommy. So we all play roles.
Yes,
you know? And that's what our whole life is.
Well said, well said. Thank you, Blakka. Thank you, Coleen. Have yourselves a great day. Good luck with International Jazz Day 2022. All the best.
And you, Richie. When I make us on the campus, no?
Yeah, forward.
All right, no problem, no problem.
Say less.
See you then.
Say less.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
All right, take care. And there's a sound that we have here. Only our producer knows the correct answer. I wonder if it's one of those sounds that she created herself, as she sometimes does.
Yeah.
Not even too certain. But we're going to play the sound and ask you to identify it. And if you're correct, then you'll get the prize. All right? It's a huge gift basket that can serve an entire community.
Yeah.
Let's go and hear the sound right now. That's the secret sound. What is it?
I don't know. Whoever caller. Oh, they're ready already. They're ready for lose. I mean win. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the secret sound game.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who am I speaking with?
I know you know this voice by now.
Oh, it's my friend. It's my friend. How you doing, Miss P? Can I call Miss P today?
Great.
All right. So what's your answer? So you sound confident.
I
All right, hold on.
Because I get tired of calling.
Before you even answer, I have the clue for you now. The clue is apparently.
The moon.
Yes, you remember. All right. So it has something to do with the moon.
Yes.
All right. So what's your guess?
It's a large space shuttle.
A large space shuttle.
Launch. Space shuttle.
You know, we just don't.
Launch or rocket.
All right. Well, you know, I'm a good friend, this is Richie, but you know it go already, you know. You know where this is going.
It's one of two ways.
Quack, quack, quack. Good try.
Okay.
Good try.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's get another call up in here. 876-676-4996. Welcome to the Secret Sound game. Can you identify our secret sound?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
This is Ashley. I'm okay.
Oh.
Who, is this Ashley?
Yes, it is.
Champ is here.
Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Ashley. From Portmore.
Hi.
All right. Sorry. Good morning, pretty voice, Ashley.
So, what's your answer for us, Ashley? You heard the clue?
I heard the clue and I just heard the sound. Could it possibly be lunar sounds like white noise? You know, when people need it to go sleep, them listen to them ASMR kind of sound.
Oh, so lunar sounds.
Yeah, like when they said like the spaceship would have gone to
I get you.
the moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's really thinking.
Yeah, I like that.
Really thinking. Yeah.
You
know,
know,
seriously. When you go as deep as Ashley just did, it would be difficult if she were incorrect for us to even say that. And, you know, I'm getting a feeling based on how deep she went that she's onto something. And if she is, then you know what we got to do. Ashley, you know what? One thing about you is that you work very hard at winning in this game. And for that, this morning, we have to say commendations for trying so hard. The verdict now is out.
And the verdict is...
Lord have mercy. I didn't know that was coming.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't see that coming, Ashley.
Sorry, Ashley.
Have a good day. Have a good day.
Bye.
Oh, boy. I tell you. This one, somehow, I get the feeling that when we get a winner, I'm going to say, you know, I kind of thought that was it. But I'm not allowed to say what my thoughts are.
I know what.
So listen to the sound again. I kind of feel like I know what this is.
Remember I told you my first response was that it's a dopey, right? Now JoJo said it has something to do with the moon. So obviously, a dopey on the moon.
By the way, that is not an official clue. Just some thoughts from Shelz, that's all. All right, that's all the time we have. It's 25 now before the hour of 8 o'clock. Remember, tomorrow morning at 7:30, we'll get a chance to do it one more time in our Secret Sound game. Make sure that you tune in and try to win the what?
My basket.
The basket. I think we have him on the telephone.
Yes, sir. Blessings, Ras-I.
Yes.
Give thanks for General.
Yes, I give thanks for having me.
Morning, Ras-I. I really love and appreciate the song, not just the lyrics, but the instruments. I've always commented on how fat a rhythm it is. I want you first of all to accept our commendations and to tell us how this song actually came about, really.
Give thanks. So how it started, we were out on the road and we were leaving, like we leave our ends on a bridge and I say, love how we are going to earth and things. So I tell him saying, I love the way to that. So going into the studio, we were just thinking of how we can repackage consciousness so it can appeal to the youth them some more.
Yes.
It can be like an anthem for the youth them, Not even just the youth them, but everybody. But we have to target the youth them because everything starts with them. And from there, just wanted some feel-good conscious music. So when I say Kingman thing, they actually called my father Kingman.
Oh.
So and them start calling me Kingman. And we take our example of how we should live from His Majesty. So Kingman thing, we have to live how the Kingman did His Majesty.
Yeah. I can see the connection there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's really a big song. And when you start off with something like this in the early stages of your career, you know that you already have set the standard so very high that people are expecting this kind of quality going forward. So far, would you say that you have been able to maintain this level of high quality in your music?
Yes, of course. Because every time we go into the studio, we push ourselves more. Every time we go on stage, we do the same from where I write, no matter what it is. You're only as good as you were the last time before. So from there is only up.
Which is right. Now, watch a style of no artist. I tell you the truth, long time we all watch a journey and we give thanks to you, continue the effort, you see me? So enough respect goes out to you. But what I realize with your music and just the overall energy is that there's a uniqueness with your sound. You understand me? I say it's like you grab inspiration from all sorts of genres. Like them can't put you in a box. But that's just my perspective. But if you can just further elaborate on that, how would you describe your style as an artist?
It's like make a nice item stew with some whole heap of different beats and things and some whole heap of cards. So those are the different genres, being exposed to all these different kinds of music, and we try to take, elements from each, but we still try to make it Jamaican, still try to make it Ras-I at the end of the day. And I just think that for the music to grow, we have to just do these things. We have to just blend it, and because who wants to eat the same food every day?
Right.
Or different spices and things.
Yeah, man. You get the feeling that Ras-I subscribes to the policy: if it's worth doing, it's worth doing well.
Yeah.
Like very well. You know what I mean? How would you describe your journey in music so far, though? I mean, what has it been like for you? Have there been more ups than downs? You can even mention some of the downs if you want. What has it been like for you as an artist?
It's a balance, but I think the great moments are so great that I will say, let me not say balance, but good outweigh the bad, because the great moments are like wonderful, you know. And it's taught me a lot of patience, because doing it as an independent artist, you have to lay the foundation with a little bit more intricacy to make sure that it's solid, you know. You don't have the big engine pumping certain things, so I've had to build connections and network a lot more than usual, but I give thanks to it because it makes a good stories. When you overcome certain obstacles, you can look back and say, well, I remember when we couldn't get to do this, we never get on the show there, you know? Yeah.
And these experiences are stuff that you can draw inspiration from. They might even come out in your music as well.
Yeah, man, definitely. Definitely they do. Trust me.
Tell us about the album itself, Kingman Thing, which came out a few months ago.
Yeah, the album Kingman is a great body of work with feel-good music, you know, and music feels good, but the message is still conscious, you know. The message of love and positivity is still there. And for me, I think, as we said, we want to bridge the gap between we, the elders, and the youth them. So it's music where you can play for your mother, your grandmother, you can play it for the little baby too. So it's just, I just felt like the world needed some more consciousness, especially after going through the pandemic. You know, you kind of want to give them some good medicine to make them dance. And, you know, not nice like when people dance to music, you know, especially your music.
Straight. Which is right. Now, Ras-I, earlier you mentioned, say, yo, your music, your song coming like a good ital stew. You know, you have to keep blending because nobody don't want the same food every day. Now, in terms, if we're supposed to, you know, relate that to the music industry, the reggae industry, especially here in Jamaica, a lot of people, you know, kind of going hard on the young artists because of how them choose to blend the music. You know, what is your response to that? How do you feel about artists blending the music to develop a new sound? Are we blending the right type of music together? What do you think about that?
I think for the music to grow, things like this have to happen. And it's just like whenever born and see roots reggae, you know, we had mentor, ska, rocksteady. So music has been evolving over time. But I think from it remains conscious, the message, you know, we can't lose. We have to just allow it to manifest and grow into what it is. Because Kingman Thing come from that. You know? And Kingman Thing, as I say, is a song around the love, but it is full of consciousness and the right energy. So when people say there's no good music coming out, there's a lot of good music coming out.
Yeah.
I don't, when I go into the studio, I don't think about what people say, or so, you have to just trust yourself and trust the process.
Yeah. Well, people like you are making sure that we get some good music, and we commend you on that. The place is now open back up, so to speak. Are you going to now make the world your stage? What plans do you have to take your craft even internationally? How is it looking?
Well, we went to New York a couple months ago to do a promo run, and it was very good. Lots of new fans, lots of interviews, and new connections made. And we'll perform at a few places, so we're going elsewhere next month, I think, in the States, and then we'll move out from the States and go into some different places. But definitely looking to carry the music right across the globe.
Yeah.
And, you have to just make them see a face. Sometimes it's one thing to hear the song, but to see the face that goes to the song and get to perform for them some, it's a different vibes.
Yeah. For persons who want to support your music, where can they access your album, Kingman Thing?
The album is on all my social media platforms, on Instagram and on Twitter is at Ras-I_MUSIQUE, Facebook and all other platforms, Ras-I MUSIQUE. The links are there in all the bios. You know, the album is available on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, iTunes. It's all over.
Sounds good. Shelz, this is an artist that we really appreciate his efforts and his works.
Yeah, man.
You know, I mean, there's someone said big ups to you. I've been playing a song. I just got the rhythm a couple of days ago. from Overstand Entertainment. I think you have a song on the Gratitude Rhythm.
Gratitude Rhythm coming out tomorrow. Yeah.
We've been fortunate. Yeah, time won't wait. We've been fortunate enough to be playing it a few days before it's released. You know how it is. What message are you sending in that song? Time, what's it? Time won't wait.
Yeah, time won't wait. Just don't think that you're just a waste of flesh or so. You're not just a stock up on the shelf. Your life has purpose, and once you find your purpose and find your footing, you have to just make the best of it.
Yeah. We're going to play that song right now. God bless Kingman. Enough respect, Ras-I. Great talking with you for the first time. Yeah, and we'll continue to support the music because you're definitely off and running, bro. Give thanks.
Big up yourself, man.
Yeah. Every time. Cool. That time when we get inside of our man chat. And I can tell you, we're looking at men and depression. Male depression, it is said, is a serious medical condition, but many men try to ignore it or even refuse treatment.
There's treatment?
Let me tell you some more. Men and women both experience depression, but their symptoms can be very different. Because men who are depressed may appear to be angry or aggressive instead of sad. And sometimes their families and friends and even their medical professionals who are treating them sometimes don't necessarily recognize the anger or the aggression as depression symptoms. Well, this morning we have a gentleman with us who has, in fact, who is the holder of a degree in guidance and counseling from Michael University College. He's an educator, a mentor, a motivational speaker, and he's here to share with us this morning on the topic Men and Depression. We welcome Jason Williams to our studios. Good morning, Jason.
Sirs, how are we doing?
We are doing well.
Good, give thanks.
We're doing well. And that is it.
Thank you. That is it.
Is it not a surface response or is that an in-depth response?
Oh, it's not already. It's not already. Hold on there.
Yes. We are here.
All right.
This is how we do it.
We are going to accept free counseling. Jason, don't be distracted by Audley, who started off by greeting you and saying, Jason, I am a depressed man, because he was just kidding. It's just that I brought some mangoes in yesterday, and he forgot to take his out of the bag, and somebody else got it. So he's actually in that kind of mood right now. But don't pay me any mind.
I'll be depressed too. We're talking about that healthy fruit, right?
Right. Jason, in all seriousness, what is depression?
Well, depression is really a mood disorder. It really is something that is happening emotionally. It's a psychotic mood swing. So it is not necessarily something that can be seen on the onset. It is more so what is felt. So how does one know that he or she is depressed? Or how does a male know that he's depressed? It's basically how he feels and how he decides to display it, how he decides to show it. So it is all a matter of him acting out. And then the third party, which is someone else looking on, they can observe, oh, I think something is wrong. So maybe we need to talk. So we show it in different way. We get quiet. Males tend to shut down. So I realize that my male clients tend to shut down, while the female ones are more expressive. So the males tend to shut down and they don't want to talk, they don't want to share. They feel vulnerable when certain questions are asked because, you know, if I let you see my weakness, then I am not a man. And because of that, you know, me have to show my manliness. My man only have to, you understand? So me,
issues of vulnerability now come into play. Would you say that there are different types of depression?
Yes, they are.
They are?
They are. So you have different types of depression ranging from, some person would say bipolar is also it's a depression because it is. So you have different types such as, let me just grab my data here, because we have postpartum depression, we have persistent depression, we have psychotic depression, we have seasonal depression. So these are all different types of depression that some persons might go through. So postpartum, it tend to come after an experience or something. Seasonal, you know that is the mood, something might have happened around this time last year. So approaching that time, I tend to start feeling that way again, and it causes some form of mood swings. And because of that, we enter that phase of not wanting to talk, wanting to be shut down and all of that. So it is a situation that we need to understand, and we need to know ourselves as males, so we need to know what we're up against. We need to know us. They say nobody knows you best than you. So if you know yourself, then you can handle by identifying these different types of depression that you might be experiencing.
Just before Shelz jumps in, you said I know I'm familiar with postpartum as it affects women.
Yeah.
But you mentioned, is it the same term that you used?
Yeah.
Postpartum? Depression?
Yeah.
Also,
so females go through it like after maybe baby's born.
Right.
But postpartum is also after an experience. So it is really after an experience that it really
in a broader
affects.
sense. Yeah, got you.
All right, now, Jason. So one thing I realized, all right, so you mentioned certain, what do I call it? Symptoms or certain things to look out for with persons, when they're depressed, especially men, sometimes we go within our shells and stuff like that. Yeah, you saw what I did there. Yeah, you saw what I did there. I have an issue where, how can I tell if I'm depressed? Cause watch that style here. Let's say I go through something at work and me just say, I just go, I don't want to talk to nobody. Suppose, can you just be sad? Or can you just be upset? Do you have to say you're depressed? Because what I realize, especially in the social media space, that word kind of coming like love right now. Everybody just use it. I'm depressed. Like, what is a good way to actually know if you're depressed? Because, I think the word itself has such negative connotations attached to it. So you don't want, put on more just by saying you're depressed. Because can somebody just be sad? Can somebody just be upset? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Because
so you can be sad. You can be upset. It's what happened after. So you can, so it's just like you can be angry but sin not. You ever heard that part?
Yeah.
So how does one get angry and sin not? So you would baffle that question sometime. But you can be sad and not be depressed because you can be sad about something.
Right.
But it's how you manage that state of sadness.
Okay.
That's what happens. So if you are not managing it properly, if you're not venting, if you're not talking about it, if you're not setting goals to deal with the situation, then you might end up in a situation where you are now falling into depression because you're allowing that state of sadness to take over your mood.
So dwelling is a big part of depression.
Big part of
depression. Yeah.
It is Man Chat, Jason, and I want you to zero in, if you will, on based on your own knowledge. What do you believe causes what are the primary causes of depression in men?
Males. We're a special type of species.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, us males are different. But the beauty about it, some of the things that causes depression, in Jamaica in particular, our culture, I don't think we allow our males to express themselves enough. So because of that, we normally, if a male tend to want to speak up, we tend to want to shut him down. Hey, oh my youth, shut him out. Yeah. A baby being growing up, a boy in drop, fall down. As simple as that. Your wife, your man tough. So because of that, if him start balling, say it hurts. You say shut up. What hurts? Your man up.
Yeah.
So things like those contribute to all of these state of I am not willing to open up to talk about my emotion, because when I was younger and trying to express that, falling down really hurt me. Get them to shut up because I am a man. So no, something else is hurting me. I need to shut up because I am a man. So our culture is one of it. And because of that, we don't have a lot of data in Jamaica, because research would have shown in the United States where roughly estimated about 6 million males experience depression in the US, but there's not enough data here in Jamaica to show our Jamaican male status. So so just like that. So the males, we add it. So how Jamaicans deal with our whole situation of depression and or the causation of it, we add more depression. So we smoke, we drink.
So the logical question then is depression a treatable medical condition, and where can depressed males actually get help?
So we have a lot of places in Jamaica that they can get help, and yes, it can be treated. Treatment, it is a talk therapy. So treatments are talk therapy. So because it's talk therapy, we have a lot of places that offer talk therapy. So the Ministry of Health recently launched their talk for persons who are experiencing depression due to the COVID-19 situation. In addition to that, you have school counselors, you have the doctors. When you go to the clinic, the local clinic, you can have a real chat with the doctors. You know, they are not only there to give you, because sometimes you go in there because you're feeling a pain in your tummy. To treat the tummy, it's actually depression or whatever causing that pain, and it's manifesting. So sometimes the doctor just listening to you, and by the end of the day, doctor just prescribe you some simple painkillers, and you are fine again.
And rest.
So, and rest. And because you're able to let it out, you're able to talk about it. And pastors, you have your local pastors or whichever religion, you have the leaders of the different NGOs. You have different stakeholders within the communities that you can go and express yourselves. Give off your service, volunteer your time, get yourself to not think about the situation and dwell on it, as Shelz just shared, not dwelling, but, you know, dealing with it, setting tangible goals, smart goals, being specific, allowing it to be measurable, accurate, realistic, and time-bound. And once you see things like these taking place, then you tend to get better at dealing with your state of depression.
All right. My question is, well, earlier on I heard you have different types of depression. All right. What about the levels? Meaning, you know, you're depressed to the point where you would react, you know, in certain ways. You know, like you know, a lot of people get depressed and
even get suicidal.
Right. You understand?
So dwelling. We're going back to the whole issue of dwelling. So it is when you dwell on it and allow it to continuously, you're regurgitating it over and over the situation. And then you are not seeing any possible way out. Then if somebody come, so I am there sitting down and thinking about something, and I'm not seeing a possible way out, and I'm not seeing a possible way out, I'm going to react. If somebody come just to say hi, where to me hi from? I don't want no hi from you, man. Where I go? Where I do? You know that. Brother, not tell me no hi, man. Somebody just simply come and say, yo, brother, you look smart today. You're mad da. And we just start cuss. So all of those things, and it's how we respond. So it boils back down to the communication aspect of things.
There it is.
It's how we manage our communication and dwell on the situation, and how much we allow ourselves to become vulnerable to deal with the situation before it becomes chronic. So yes, you can act out and you can become suicidal, which sometimes, more often than not, persons in Jamaica tend to be more aggressive by inflicting pain on others. Some persons, they tend to cut themselves, because guess what? If I can hurt me this much, then nobody else can hurt me, and then that leads to suicidal. So sometimes it's not necessarily them wanting to do suicidal activities, but because, you know, if I can hurt myself this much, the pain will be helped and it will be eased. But then
serious problem.
Wow.
Serious
so
problem.
Finally, you mentioned communication in terms of arriving at a, you know, some solution or some form of, you know, cure, I guess. Finally, what kind of words of encouragement can you give to men in order to be more vocal about their situation when it comes to depression and even seeking help?
Talk.
Just talk. To anyone? Or anyone who's willing to listen, because that's another thing.
You have to be careful, you know, who you talk to, you know. But talk. Be careful who you talk to, but talk, brother. Some people will take it and run with it, as this is Bridge FM, right?
Yeah.
It will become news headline, but we have to be careful who we talk to.
Are you ruling out talking to oneself?
No.
No?
No.
That's a good one.
But be careful. Be careful. You don't want to go to War 21, right?
That could be a part of dwelling.
But we want to talk, and you know, self-talk is actually good. Positive self-talk. Even me myself, you know, recently I was going through, you know, when COVID came in, I wasn't expecting COVID. I'm a counselor, you know, everybody calling me, telling me there, you know, and this happened, and then I was dealing with parents. I was like, and my husband is selfish, and then the husband called, yo, sir, I don't know if you do the pick me, I'm going to kill him because I'm not a teacher. I was like, sir, COVID, thanks, I don't get it, not we. So things like those, and I actually went through a minor state, a minor phase of depression, and I was like trying to deal with like, Why
your
me?
own situation.
Why me a counselor? They just say me want to buy food and they shut down St. Catherine and me can't go to the government name that increase my fee and
yeah, man. COVID-19.
I was going through it while dealing with there. So when they call me, I'm like, hey, how you doing? This is Mr. Williams speaking. Yes, man, I understand. Tell me more. How so? All right. But at the same time, I was going through my situation. I was going through my stuff, you know, personal, family, whatever it was. So I had to deal with it. And I remember shutting away from the world. As soon as summer came in, I just 2 weeks, I'm out. I don't want to talk to anybody. And I remember my friend called me and she was like, this is not you. What is happening? I'm like, she's like, all right. Just text me at least one time every day saying something positive about yourself. That's all. That's all she did. And that's what I did.
That.
And I just text her. So after the 2 week, I was about to do about a 6-month depression phase. So it's just that conversation of just texting that one positive thing daily. She will know that, listen, you're coming out or you're healthy or you're not thinking anything to the level of becoming suicidal or inflicting harm to myself.
Wow. And you know, those are good pointers, and it's Man Chat, and this is the kind of conversations these are the kinds of conversations that we really like to have.
That's right.
Pity time would not allow us to do much more at this time, Jason, but we thank you for coming in.
Really
I think we have accomplished a whole lot in the last 10 or so minutes, and you know, not to get you depressed, but we might have to call back on you some other day.
Listen to me, call me anytime, I'm available.
Thanks, man.
Take care. Have a great day, man.
Stay safe, everybody. Jamaica, have a blessed one.
Jason Williams, ladies and gentlemen, is a guidance counselor. He has studied and he has been practicing as such. He also does some other things which we won't get into on air, but you can call in him too. You're also on Instagram and so on, right? Some of these social media pages, but he's available.